Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by rulers as useful. Which means religion is seen as true by the general public, false by those with knowledge, and useful by those in power. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. That means you fear things like mortals, but desire things like immortals. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. It means life is like a story. It's not about how long it is, but how good it is that counts. When preparation meets opportunity. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Hang on to your youthful enthusiasms, you'll be able to use them better when you're older. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Which means being content with what you have is true wealth. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. What need is there to weep over pots of life? The whole of it calls for tears. That means life is full of hardships and sorrow, so there is no need to only focus on specific difficulties. No man was ever wise by chance. They lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. It means suffering unnecessarily is a waste of time and energy. Only time can heal what reason cannot, which means time is the only cure for emotional wounds that logic cannot fix. Enjoy present pleasures in such a way as not to injure future ones. That means live in the moment while also considering the future consequences of your actions. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. It means the quality of performance is more important than the length of life. As long as you live, keep learning how to live, which means keep learning and growing throughout your life. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. That means the end of one beginning marks the start of another. Leisure without books is death and burial of a man alive. It means without books, leisure time is dull and meaningless. Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power, which means the person who has control over themselves is the strongest. Often a very old man has no other proof of his long life than his age. That means an old man's only evidence of his long life is his advanced age. A sword never kills anybody. It is a tool in the killer's hand. It means the sword is just a tool and the responsibility of death lies with the person using it. We learn not in the school, but in life, which means we acquire knowledge through experience and not just from formal education. Life is long if you know how to use it. That means life can be fulfilling if you make the most of it. There is no genius without a touch of madness. It means being a genius often involves having a bit of craziness. Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart.